Hey guys, my name's Elise,
My name's Becca.
and we are sophomores here at Pattonville High School, and you're listening to
The Pirate Spiel, where we talk about local problems that affect teens by teens.
This is our first ever episode, and we're going to do a senior special, talking about how COVID has affected seniors beginning to end.
All right, Elise, can you tell us a bit about the topic today?
Yes, ma'am. Since we all know, at the beginning of COVID, Pattonville students have seen numerous challenges and cancellations. Although everyone has been affected personally, seniors especially have had important years stripped away from them. And today we have a senior with us, so let's get into it.
My name is Bella Tucci, and I plan on going to Rhodes College after high school and then probably pursuing law school after that.
How did you feel like missing out on football games, basketball games this year?
Honestly, this missing out on sports games kind of sucked, but missing out on debate tournaments sucked even more because normally with debate you go and you sit in the cafeteria with like 300 students and it was just all pushed virtual, so you're sitting in your house by yourself and it's just like a lonely experience. But it was sad not to have like any of the experiences where you really get to interact and bond with people, since this will be our last year with a lot of these people.
What do you think your biggest challenge has been?
This year, my biggest challenge has probably been motivation. I'm sure the senioritis is part of that. Like, after my 4 years, I'm kind of just done. But another component to that was probably virtual school. After going to virtual school and, like, literally being able to sit in my house and watch TV while doing work, and then having to come to real school and focus for 7 hours, that was definitely a big change and was definitely took a hit in my motivation.
When COVID first hit last year, did you expect it to last this long?
No, definitely not. I expected us to be out longer than the 2 weeks after spring break when they first called that we were going to be out for 2 weeks. I did not expect it to last. I think it's been almost like a year. It's been like a year. Did not expect it to last this long.
How do you think you've made the best of the circumstances?
I think I've really done everything to keep a little bit of normalcy. I continued with debate. I know a lot of students stopped doing some of their extracurriculars to take some of their pressure off. But I continued to do debate. I continued to do all of my other stuff like mock trial and NHS and stuff like that. So I really just tried to keep doing stuff to keep myself busy, to prevent myself from kind of falling down in a hole of like zero motivation and stuff like that.
How do you think, how do you want to be remembered at Pattonville? Be remembered for anything?
That one's kind of a hard question. I would say I probably would want to be remembered for, I don't know, probably debate. That's kind of the main thing I've done here, and I really enjoyed it, and it was just kind of the one thing where I thought I kind of was able to be myself and able to do my best at. So I'd probably just want to be remembered for that.
What do you think the biggest toll of this past year has been?
I think the biggest toll is going to be, maybe not for me because I'm going to go off to college, but I think in high school, like, technology is going to be way more into the school day than it was before. Like, even when I go to school now, I come and I just sit on my laptop and on my classes, and it used to be like interactive learning, and I think it's going to be like that for probably a couple years. And I think online school will probably be a part of like school options for a while after this, because some students are just going to be so used to that.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for incoming freshmen?
Honestly, I know this is thinking way in advance. Take your ACTs, SATs way early. You never know when a pandemic could hit and you don't get the opportunity to take it anymore. I would say start prepping for college early. Like, your freshman year grades really do matter. Like, people will say, oh, it's just freshman year, but they really do matter and they really do impact your cumulative GPA. And honestly, just start prepping early. Like, I didn't start filling out my college stuff until like September, and it's due in like October, November. And I'm like, ooh, don't do that. Definitely prep early.
What about incoming seniors?
Incoming seniors, honestly, try to keep up with your work. Like, I know the motivation is gonna like sink to the lowest level it's ever sunk to before, but try and keep up your motivation. Try and just keep pushing. Like, honestly, I know once you get into college, it's like everything's over, but you still have a little bit of school left where you kind of have to push, otherwise you risk maybe not graduating. Don't do that.
How has this affected like your outside of school life or social life?
My social life has definitely been very lackluster this year because of everything. Me and my friends used to hang out like all the time. Like we were a very social group. We went to all the football games. We did all kinds of things. And now everything has just absolutely been cut down because, I mean, there's only so much we can do. With everybody getting vaccinated, I'm hoping it'll start to become more normal. Most of my friend group is already vaccinated, but kind of what we're seeing is like, we just want it to be more normal, but obviously we do what we can.
What is something that you miss about normal school or from your junior year?
I miss kind of having assemblies. That's going to sound like really random, but those were kind of nice. Also, fire drills. I don't know why I miss fire drills. I think they're kind of fun, like in the middle of the day, you're like, oh, we get to go outside. But I miss assemblies and stuff like that. It was really lame having to miss out on like the top 10 assembly, having to have it virtual. It was kind of lame missing the homecoming assembly and homecoming in general. Like those things are really cool normally.
Yeah. I think that's all we have for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bella, for allowing us to interview you. Bella was top of her class and wasn't the only senior disappointed to have their senior year taken away from them.
We realize that all you seniors hear this a lot, but every student, and especially seniors, have endured a lot this past year.
Things such as football games, basketball games, assemblies, and Spirit Week are just a few of the examples seniors were unable to do.
While the administration has tried their best to give them the best year they could, health restrictions still cause many things to be withheld.
Shout out to the seniors. You guys have dealt with so many hardships and have kept your heads up high.
We wish you the best in your futures, and we're going to miss y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you have joined this episode, subscribe and follow our Instagram at Pattonville Today for updates on future episodes. Have a great day.